Okay, we're going to remove this tweeter in the driver's side. I've already done the passenger side, kind of to just get an idea of what I'm doing before I try to instruct you guys on how to do it. So essentially what you've got, let's see, the lighting is horrible in here, but you've got two clips that need to pull straight out. And then when they do, you pull it back, and you've got to undo the hinge for the airbag, and because this car has side curtain airbags. And I think it's standard equipment because this car doesn't really have anything extra. So I would imagine if it's on this car, it's on all of them. So first thing you do is you take here, pull it out. Everything seems violent, but it's really, this is how you're supposed to do it. You pull back and then pull toward the center of the car, and this should release. Once you get this right here is the piece I was talking about, and I'll show you it here in a minute. But it lets it hinge down. And you pull it toward the center of the car, it should come out of the hole. And that's it. It looks like it scuffs up the dash a little bit, but I'm pretty sure once you get that in the hot sun, I'm pretty sure that'll go right back in shape. So here's your tweeter. Not much clips it in there. It kind of just hangs out there. But what we're going to do in the last video, gosh, I'm telling you, it's dark in this car and it's hard to show. But I'll show some more once we get it out. I just wanted to show you how to take that piece off. But the tweeter just clips in there. There's three little clips, three or four. But we're not going back with the stock configuration. We're upgrading, doing it a little better. So I'm going to go to the bench here in a minute and show you what I'm going to do. That's the stock tweeter. And as you can see, it's 12.5 watts at 8 ohms. So you're definitely going to want to upgrade this if you're going to be driving the front speakers with any kind of amp. So, but what I like is the Focal tweeters. See that just popped out. That's the stock tweeter grill. But the Focal speakers with a little trimming, you can trim these little pieces, so these little guides here, and the Focal tweeters will sit right in there and look factory. So that's what we're going for. And let's see, I think that's good. So that's already starting to look good. All right, well, I'll see you at the bench. Okay, guys, I've got the driver's side in. I'm going to show you what I went with and how it looks, and then I'm going to show you how I did it with the passenger side, because I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do the tweeter situation. So I went with the Focal grills. It looks really stock, looks really nice. The cool thing is you just have to Dremel just a little bit, and that fits in there just perfect. So this is what it looks like before you put the side on. Here's the tweeter, the Focal grill on it. Plugs in here. Here's the crossover network in that heat shrink. And then here I've just got it temporarily tied there, just testing to make sure everything's okay. So remember guys, you've got your airbag here, your side curtain, and this right here is the hinge point for that side curtain airbag. Make sure when you take this loose, make sure you see where that goes and how it goes, because that's keeping this piece of plastic, if this airbag goes off, that's keeping that piece of plastic from hitting you in the face and possibly injuring or maybe even killing you. So make sure you put this back the way that you took it off, and make sure when you do your wiring you do it all over up here where the stock, see the way they've got theirs run. Make sure that you do yours. It's going to be really difficult for me to put a camera in here with me doing that wiring, but what I did over there was I followed this loom. And remember, I used Tessa tape and I made it look factory, and I just followed the factory loom. The way I look at it is, as long as you follow that factory loom, then you should stay away from this airbag. So don't have wires loose up in here, or you could, you know, have a problem with the airbag there. So just something to be cautious of. Well, I'm sorry I didn't go in as much detail. I'm trying to document it as good as I can. You just have to figure out how you want to do this. If you want to keep your factory tweeter grills, if you want to use hot glue and all that stuff. See, I didn't go that route. I was really careful with my Dremel, and I Dremeled it to where that just clipped right in, and I can even turn it like so that the focal is level, and it looks like a factory piece. So this is probably, other than that damn door handle there, this is probably the most difficult part, is getting this back on, getting it down in there and not hurting the leather on your dash or the leatherette or whatever that is, because you can mar it up really bad. So be careful. This job, a lot of people don't fool with it, because I mean, it's a tweeter and they don't feel that it's worth fooling with. But the factory tweeters are only rated at 12.5 watts at 8 ohms. So if you're gonna put coaxials in the door, I don't know if I would unhook them or not. It wasn't even an option for me. I knew I wanted to replace the stock tweeters with a matching component set. So, but that's the way I did it. If you want to follow my lead and you use the ISS 165s, this tweeter fits perfectly once you Dremel those little stops out, and I'll go to the Dremel here in a minute and show you how to do that. Once you Dremel those little stops out, this clips in it perfectly. It's like they made it for it. So, but that's an update. I'm getting ready to go to the Dremel, and I'll show you how that works. Okay guys, here's Dremel time. You can see these little catches right here. They're for the stock grill to sit in. Now if you Dremel these out, which I'm getting ready to do, this tweeter, the Focal tweeter, will fit perfectly. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, let's do a test fit. See? Perfect. So if you buy this ISS 165, it will fit in your S550 Mustang in the stock tweeter holes. And the good thing about it is once you get it installed, you can twist it. It's just enough pressure to hold the tweeter. Remember, the tweeter's not going to be thumping around. It's just high-pitched sound. So you can twist it to make sure that it is level and looks right. So there you go. That's how you Dremel and fit the tweeter. Okay, this is a horrible angle, guys, but it's the best I can do right now. You just have to really watch how your clips go on this, and watch this airbag. This airbag is nothing to play with. Like I said earlier, you want to take it out, you want to pull straight out toward you and unclip those clips. Then you want to slide it back, and then you want to ratchet it or leverage it toward the center of the car, and it'll come out. Well, when you go back, you want to start the opposite way. You want to put it in there and rock it back toward the outside of the car, then slide it forward, and then put your, don't forget to put the little hinge on that I showed you earlier, and then just put it back the reverse of the way you took it off. It's not hard and it's not easy. You just have to really watch what you're doing, especially around this airbag, and just don't tear your dash up. Just watch and take your time, and that's what I've been doing here. And I've been focusing more on doing it right than shooting the film, and I want to update you on what I've learned. But just really watch yourself and take care of the car, and it looks great when you get it in. When you get these tweeters in, they look factory. So alright guys, well that ends this video. I'm going to show you the finished product as soon as I get it finished, and then that'll end the tweeter install. Then we'll get on the amp, sub, rear deck speakers. We've got a lot more to do with this car. So I know the lighting's horrible. I'm sorry, but we'll do it better. We'll do it better with the other stuff. We'll get some lights in here and stuff. But this is an easy thing to do. You just have to really be meticulous and watch out for this airbag and stuff. So I'll show you the finished product, and then we'll call this video done. Okay guys, here's the finished product. You can see, man, it looks factory. And the good thing about it is you can still, if it needs adjusted, it's a loose enough fit where you can still twist it and make the adjustments to make it look right. But it's a tight enough fit that you really have to twist it to get it. So it's perfect. I mean, it's like they designed the tweeter for that. And there's the other side I showed you earlier. So, I mean, it's really looks good. So just take your time with these tweeters. I mean, they are going to be what people see. So take extra time in making sure that they look right, because if they don't look right, they're in your they're in your main line of sight. So if you're going to do anything to make the system look good, you'll want to make sure that this is right. So all right, well, that's installing your tweeters. Just take your time, watch the airbag, make sure that little hinge, make sure you put it back the way you took it off. Keep the wiring away from that airbag. This system, the ISS 165, the way the crossover network is really small, it really fits in this trim piece really good, and you can still keep it away from that airbag. But I am really happy with it, and I'm glad I picked that particular combination of speakers. So, but the rear deck lids, they're coaxial, but they should match up to these components really well. So they're Focal as well, and you know, around the same power handling and around the same response and everything. So, but all right, that's it for this video, and next time you see me, we'll be installing an amp. I'm probably going to remove the seats and everything to install the amp. So that's going to be a long video like the last one. And we're probably going to do the rear deck lids first, and then run the wires, do the amp, DSP, and everything like that. But I think you're really going to like the sub enclosure. The sub enclosure we picked for this install. It's really going to suit the Mustang well, and it really looks good. It's kind of a stealth install. You don't really realize that there's a hi-fi system installed in the car when you get done. So that's what I like. I like for things to be hidden. I'm not really a in-your-face kind of guy. So, but anyway, look forward to seeing you at the next video, and take care.